How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We're talking about Workhorse today because there's been a lot of volatility recently, and I want to talk about again when I'm going to sell, when I'm going to buy Workhorse, what is my exit strategy, what's my buying strategy, all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to talk about why I think it was down a little bit today and talk to you about just weathering the storm, getting through the volatility of Workhorse. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Also, I do want to say I am going to post a video on stock app tutorial. So this is my other YouTube channel that I just started. I'm going to talk about all the growth stocks that I have, and I'll put the link in the description for that video, but I'm going to post that here pretty much right as I'm posting this video. So you can go check out my portfolio in WeBull and the growth stocks I have there. I'm just going to be showing that. It'll be kind of a fun video, so definitely check that out. I'll put that in the description again, like I said. Also, if you want to join our Patreon, we had a couple new members in our highest tier. In that highest tier, I talk to you about what I'm doing, what you're doing, and we kind of talk on the phone in a small group on different things in the market. So different stocks and whatever you really want to talk about. If you want to talk about YouTube, just realize that there's only so much time. It's going to be half an hour twice a month to talk, and then you get access to our Discord server too. And then last thing, if you guys want 3 free stocks through weBull, they're still giving out that deposit bonus. So definitely check that out in the description too. They're going to be adding Bitcoin and being able to buy cryptocurrency on the app soon. So definitely check that out in the description. I really appreciate that. So Workhorse was down about 8% today, up a little bit post market hours, but we were up to about $19 a share, and then it just dropped off over 10%. Now, there are a couple different reasons for this, I think, but the main one is that the election is going on. So the election is still not finalized. There's a lot of volatility. A lot of stocks are seeing massive upward moves. A lot of them are seeing massive downward moves. I've not been able to find anything that was negative about Workhorse. It's just that there's a lot of volatility right now. So I think that's the main driver of why the stock's going up and down. There's also, and this is something that I believe is a big mover in the stock right now too, there's a lot of short interest. So there are a lot of big short positions that are going on right now. And I've heard other people talk about this too, that institutions are kind of playing with us right now. They are buying a lot of the stock. So that way people buy in, it pulls in a lot of retail investors, and then they short the stock, they sell it, and then it drops off dramatically. A lot of retail sellers then sell. So they're making money by buying. People are buying in, and then they short it and they make money on the downward trend too. They call that a bull trap. So I think that is another reason that is going up and down so much pretty regularly. If we look at just the last 5 days, we can see it going up massively, then down, and we continuously see that big moves up and down. Now, I think it's important with these big spikes in volatility to know what our plan is, right? So I have a little bit of a plan for if we get good news about the USPS contract, and if the contract isn't decided, and whether we continue to see it go down. So first of all, if we get no bad USPS news, so it's not like we get the news that we didn't get any of the USPS contract or anything like that, but assuming we just don't hear anything on the USPS, then if it hits $13 a share, the stock price keeps on going down to $13, I'll buy another 10%. So I will add to my portfolio. I'll increase my position by 10%. If it goes down to $10, I'll buy another 10% on top of that. So I buy 10% at 13, then I buy another 10% of my total position at 10. And then if it goes down to $7 a share and we still haven't heard anything about the USPS contract, which I don't think is very likely, then I'll add another 20%. I don't think that's very likely, like I said, but you never know. With Workhorse, I think we'll get something that stops it before then, but it's hard to tell with all the volatility these days. I could see it dropping pretty drastically without the USPS decision. Now, again, that's just assuming we don't hear anything about the USPS decision. But let's say we start to go up. Let's say it gets towards the end of the year. Whether we have heard the USPS decision or not, I don't care in this scenario. This is just if we start to see it go up dramatically, then I will start selling. So if we see it hit $40 a share, then I will sell 50% of my portfolio. If we see it hit $50 a share, then I'll add another 10%. So I should actually say this differently, but I will sell 60% of my total position then. So another 10% on top of my already 50%. Then if we hit $60 a share, I'll sell more, 70 more, 80 more. So in the end, if we get to $80 a share, I will sell 90% of my total position. So let's say I have 100 shares, I'll sell 90 shares. So this is going to be kind of a tiered system. I think that we could get up to $30 to $40 a share without the USPS decision, because we've seen $31 a share and we weren't even sure if we were going to see the contract yet. That was back in September. So I could definitely see us getting up there without the USPS decision, but then also I could see it skyrocketing if we do get a large portion of the contract. And I'm not saying that we will. I don't have a crystal ball, but if we start to see the end of the year come around, if we see the USPS give them a large portion of the contract, a lot of short sellers will have to cover. It could start a short squeeze, which could send the stock price up dramatically. And I think we could easily see $40 or $50 a share depending on how that goes. So that is what we're looking at now. I think that there is a good potential to get the USPS decision by the end of the year. So I have to kind of have these numbers set out. Now, that being said, if we do get the USPS decision and we don't get the contract, let's say we don't get any part of it, which is the third scenario here, we could see it drop off dramatically. If we don't get the USPS decision, then I will sell. So I am not putting a stop loss on my shares right now. The reason is there's so high volatility, it's such a high volatility in this stock that I don't want it to sell if it goes down 10 or 20% without any real news. So I would have sold a while ago if I had set a stop loss, but I don't want to set that because I don't want it to sell off if there's just extreme volatility for no reason. So I am not setting a stop loss, but I will be glued to my phone and my computer. Not too much, but I have a lot of different people that talk about Workhorse to me. So I'll definitely see it pretty early on if we get bad news about that decision. I will try to relay it to you as quickly as possible, probably quicker if you're in the Patreon than on here, just because it's hard to make a video very quickly. But I will sell out the position and then maybe I'll buy back in later, but I don't know for certain if I'll do that. But I will sell out because I think it's going to drop off pretty drastically. And even if you sell off a couple hours after it's gone down, I think it's going to continue to go down for days afterwards if we don't get the USPS decision. So let me know your thoughts about this. Let me know what you're planning to do with Workhorse. Again, there's so much volatility in the stock. It's so dramatic, the swings that we see, that it could definitely go down to $10 a share. It could go up to $40 a share. We never know, especially with earnings coming up. I think that depending on if we see production numbers go up or if we see them stay about the same, we could see some dramatic increases or decreases. Now, if you guys like these videos, please hit subscribe. Please hit the like button too. I really appreciate that. And if you want to see my portfolio in WeBull and the growth stocks that I have, definitely go check out my second channel. Again, it's in the description below. Check that out and subscribe to that channel. I really appreciate it. Also, if you want those free stocks or you want to join Patreon, that's all in the description. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.